15 Most Beautiful Cities in Switzerland that you should visit plus tips. It is tough to pick the most beautiful cities in Switzerland when the entire country is a picture-perfect paradise. Blessed with gorgeous landscapes comprising the mystic snow-capped Alps, glaciers, stunning lakes, majestic waterfalls, out-of-the-world fairy-tale villages and towns, historic old medieval cities and market squares amidst a maze of cobbled streets, there are plenty of beautiful places in Switzerland to visit. Plus, not to mention the traditional Swiss cuisine, chocolates, wine and stunning shopping districts, it is one of the most enchanting countries in Europe. If you are wondering where to go in Switzerland, this post is for you as you will discover the most beautiful Swiss cities that you can add to your bucket list. This is the list of the best places in Switzerland to include on your itinerary encompassing beautiful lakes to mountains and resort towns. Most beautiful cities in Switzerland. Bern, the fairy-tale capital city, located on the banks of the Aare River, is one of the most beautiful places in Switzerland. Home to many buildings that are at least 500 years old, Bern is the city you must visit if you want to feel transported back in time. To top this, the majestic Alps form the quintessential signature Swiss backdrop in the horizon, which makes Bern one of the top places to visit in Switzerland. If you don't believe my words about this beautiful city in Switzerland, head to the old town of Bern, Altstadt, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It comprises of over 3 miles of cobbled lanes lined with traditional buildings that have turned into shops, leading to the square housing sandstone arcaded 500-year-old buildings. The streets in the old town are the longest in Europe to house shopping arcades. Take a walk through these luxurious streets that also comprise of houses with vibrant flowers, beautifying the city further. Bern is called the City of Fountains, thanks to its many 16th-century ornated fountains that you can everywhere in the old town. Bern is home to excellent museums and art galleries that you must visit, such as the Bern Historical Museum, Einstein's House, the Alpine Museum of Switzerland, and Zentrum Paul Klee, which has the most extensive collection of art pieces. Art lovers will also enjoy visiting the Bern Museum of Art. In summer, you can enjoy a picnic in the Rosengarten, which offers stunning views of the Aare River and the Old Town. One of my favorites, Lauterbrunnen, must be the most beautiful city in Switzerland. If you are looking for a Swiss paradise to experience beautiful Switzerland, Lauterbrunnen should be on your bucket list. Take a cable car ride from Stechelberg village to the top of Skilthorn Mountain, for fantastic views over the glorious Bernese Alps. If you want to get lost in the wonders of Switzerland topped with seemingly unending views of stunning mountains, Interlaken is where you should be headed. Interlaken is undoubtedly one of the most beautiful cities in Switzerland, from where you can witness the 3 majestic mountains of the Bernese Oberland, the Jungfrau, the Eiger and the Monch. Its excellent location at the foot of these alpine mountain ranges makes it one of the most enchanting cities in Europe. Sandwiches between 2 lakes Brienz and Thun, Interlaken is the perfect Swiss city that fits the bill in every aspect. If you enjoy outdoors, Interlaken will probably end up being your best place in Switzerland. The city is the starting point for many hikes and mountain villages. In summer, you can go hiking in one of the many forested mountains and camp amidst alpine meadows for stunning views dotted with vibrant wildflowers. You can check off paragliding over the Alps and the glacial lakes from your bucket list in Interlaken. The city turns into a wonderland resort town during winter, with alpine glaciers forming perfect places for snowboarding and skiing. Zermatt, the famous city for mountaineering, is home to the highest mountain Matterhorn, one of the iconic landmarks and the most photographed place of the country. Zermatt is undoubtedly one of the most beautiful places to visit in Switzerland. It is one of the most popular cities in Switzerland and receives a lot of travelers throughout the year. Boasting of the Alps' highest mountain is no small feat, and located at the foot of these, Zermatt is surrounded by exceptional natural beauty, glaciers, snow-capped mountains, alpine meadows, surreal valleys and rivers amidst the hills. Over 60+ mountain railway routes are waiting for you, so hop on one of the scenic trains to take the most beautiful railway routes in Switzerland. You will find these cars filled with people heading to the mountaintops for a splendid skiing holiday in winters. Stop at the Museum of Mountaineering if you are interested in learning about the hiking trails and history of the region. Most beautiful cities in Switzerland. Zurich, the largest city in the country, located on the banks of the eponymous lake, is undoubtedly one of the most beautiful cities in Switzerland. If you are visiting Switzerland for the first time, Zurich is the perfect base to explore a lot of other stunning attractions, thanks to excellent connectivity and proximity. Surrounded by the magnificent, unparalleled views of the snow-covered Alps, historic Old Town, over 50 museums, fantastic shopping centers and a bustling nightlife with lots of pubs, bars and clubs, there are plenty of things to do and see in Zurich, one of the best Switzerland cities. Explore Altstadt, the famous old town on the banks of the Limmat River, lined with medieval buildings decorated with fresco paintings and colorful flowers. Head to the top of Lindenhof Hill by a cable car or drive for stunning views of the city. If you want to enjoy hiking, check out Uetliberg mountain trails. Lucerne, located at the foot of Mount Pilatus, is considered one of the prettiest cities in the world. Sitting at the edge of scenic Lake Lucerne, with the stunning Alps forming a gorgeous backdrop in all directions, it is one of the most beautiful cities in Switzerland. Zurich is one of the most beautiful cities in Switzerland. You will find the city irresistibly charming, and you can't help being bedazzled by its rugged natural beauty, picture-perfect old town with gable paintings, historic buildings, iconic bridges, traditional town squares and lovely cobbled streets. Take a boat trip on the river to the neighboring idyllic small villages that are even more beautiful, sitting at the foot of the mountains. Walk amidst the old houses decorated with frescoes on the cobbled streets leading to the old town. Stunning views from Stanshorn, most beautiful cities in Switzerland. You can plan many day trips from Lucerne to enjoy the nearby mountains, the most popular Mount Pilatus that can be reached by a cable car. Basel is the third largest city on two sides of the banks of the Rhine River. Located between Germany and France, Basel is one of the most beautiful cities in Switzerland that should be on your itinerary, known for its blend of architectural forms, vibrant museums, carnivals and lots of shopping stores. Start with the heart of the city, the most ancient old quarter dominated by the market square, which is adorned with beautiful medieval buildings. The central attractions of the square are the Romanesque Gothic Cathedral and the city town hall. Basel is home to around 40 museums, most related to arts, because of which Basel gets the name the City of Arts. Geneva, located on the edge of the lake by the same name, is one of the most beautiful cities in Switzerland that you should visit. Surrounded by the classic Alps, the city is a perfect blend of the old and the new worlds, with the historic medieval ruins entwined with the modern multi-story buildings, all flanked by abundant natural beauty. Geneva, one of the best cities to visit in Switzerland, has many feathers in its cap. Explore Geneva's well-preserved old town, which is home to many medieval structures including the central Gothic Cathedral of St. Pierre. Take a cable car ride to the top of Mont Salève for stunning views of the Alps and Lake Geneva along with its skyline. Lake Geneva is one of the most visited places in Switzerland. This magnificent lake surrounded by the spectacular snow-capped Alps is the largest alpine lake in Europe. There are plenty of Swiss villages, hidden gems along this lake that you can visit if you are here for a longer time. Montreux, located on the shores of Lake Geneva, is one of the best places to go in Switzerland. From the vast varieties of cheese to snow-capped mountain views to charming old towns sprinkled with colonial cobblestone roads, Montreux is one of the most scenic places in Switzerland. Explore the streets of the old town walking through the maze of streets lined with beautiful medieval structures topped with flowering pots. From the old quarter square, there are a few trails for hiking that takes you to incredible viewpoints and villages. If you are looking for a warmer destination in Switzerland, St. Moritz, comprising of villages and towns, is one of the prettiest places in Switzerland. With more than 300+ days of sunny days awaiting you, St. Moritz is one of the most beautiful places in Switzerland in winter. It is a popular holiday destination, a resort town for the celebrities, billionaires and the rich, thanks to the incredible beauty of Swiss landscapes along the Engadine Valley, comprising of beautiful lakes, glaciers, alpine forests and home to the oldest resort in the world. Most beautiful cities in Switzerland, offbeat. In southern part of the country bordering Italy is the magnificent Lake Lugano. On the shores of this lake is the city of Lugano, which is unlike the other cities in the country, more Mediterranean than Swiss, thanks to the Italian influence running deep in the food, drinks, history and culture. Lugano is one of the most beautiful places in Switzerland, perfect for first-time travelers. Walk amidst the old town dotted with many cobbled squares lined with souvenir-selling shops, Italian cafes, medieval buildings, cathedrals and restaurants. Take one of the cable cars funicular of Monte San Salvatore to get down at one of the many fairytale villages like Corona for its cathedrals or Mercote for its medieval town and lovely botanical garden. Lausanne is another city located along the shores of Lake Geneva. This hill city, situated at the slope of a plateau, is one of the most beautiful cities in Switzerland, known for its sweeping views of the lake and alpine mountains. This city has a long history, and its spectacular beauty has drawn philosophers and thinkers who came here for pondering and inspiration, the most notable among them being Rousseau and Voltaire. Explore the charming medieval old town dominated by the 12th century Gothic Lausanne Cathedral, surrounded by many other smaller middle-aged structures, some of which have been converted into cute cafes and restaurants. Lausanne is the city of museums, and you can spend many days just exploring them alone. Visit the 19th century the Palais de Rumine building, which houses 5 museums related to arts and science. Climb the top of the lovely wooden tower Sauvables into getting splendid panoramic views of the city. If you love water activities, enjoy sailing or take a boat trip to the lake. If you are looking for one of the best cities in Switzerland to visit that has fewer crowds or commercialization, you should Winterthur, one of the most beautiful cities in Switzerland. Most people visit Winterthur as one of the day trips from Zurich due to its close location. But if you have time, I'd recommend you to spend at least 2 days or more, as there are many things to do and enjoy a quiet holiday in beautiful Switzerland. Head to the Old Quarter for getting glimpses of the medieval past of Winterthur, which is also one of the best places for shopping, thanks to a lot of shops selling souvenirs in the local markets. Just outside the city is one of the most stunning castles in Switzerland, Kyburg Castle, overlooking the Toss River, which also houses a history museum. Science lovers will love visiting the Swiss Science Center Technorama, a large science museum. It is one of the best places to be visited in Switzerland if you want to enjoy the beauty and attractions of a Swiss city without crowds. Gallen is one of the offbeat destinations in Switzerland, but there are many things to do and see in this lovely town. Gallen was one of the important trade cities in the country, especially during the medieval period due to its location close to the border. Visit the Textile Museum, which has excellent collections about the history of trade in Gallen. Walk along the cobbled streets, lined with pretty houses embellished with flowers, and visit the market for shopping. Enjoy a ride amidst the rolling hills, taking in the views of the mountains surrounding the valley. If you are here in summer, you can enjoy a lot of water activities on the lake or take a cruise. Fribourg is a lovely city on either side of a gorge, rising above the Sarine River in the western part of the country. It is one of the most picturesque places in Switzerland, known for the iconic bridges that connect the two sides of the city. It's not the river alone that separates the city, but you can notice 2 different cultures and even languages in the same town. If you are looking for the most beautiful city of Switzerland that you can enjoy all by yourself, head to Fribourg and you will not be disappointed. Wander through the magnificent medieval old town, at the center of which is the lovely Saint Nicolas Cathedral, which is visible towering the skyline of Fribourg. Admire the beautiful views from Pont de Bern Bridge. Fribourg is home to many museums, so if you love visiting them, check out the Museum of History, Swiss Puppet Museum, and Gutenberg Museum. That's a wrap for the most beautiful cities in Switzerland.